welcome to Humber South for the AFL Ontario Women's Grand Final between the Etobicoke Kangaroos and the Hamilton Wildcats here on Rogers TV. With me in the commentary box is Nick Papadakis and Josh McLean. How are you doing today, J-Mac? You excited for the grand final?
Absolutely pumped to the max. The girls every year, they put on a great show, and this is one of the fantastic things about footy here in Toronto, Paps, is it's not just for the men, for the ladies as well.
Absolutely. These two teams are right at each other. Very tough contest. We're going to have a really quick break. We're going to come back with the opening bounce for what should be a ripping game of women's footy here at Humber South. Underway with the opening quarter here. It looks like the Roos have gone forward first. Ball in hands with Vicky Barron right now. She's going to give it off to the birthday girl, Chrissy Lane, number 19 out there. Hopefully she has a good day. Happy birthday, Chrissy. She's going to go back and have maybe a shot at goal. I don't know about her range, but she might get a little closer here. She's going to roost it by the looks of things to the top of the square. Goes up, looking for a fly. Trevian's down there, Barron's down there, but it's collected well by Hamilton, and they'll clear it out, only to be chopped off by one of the Amaral sisters. That's Maddie. Now, Maddie Amaral looking closer down the ground. Got a lot of targets down there. No Sylvie de Brandebeer out there today. I don't see her just yet. She's a big out for the Roos. Big fly. Oh, geez, Loghane, the MVP for the year, or best and fairest winner for the girls, almost gets it, but minor score for the Roos early.
She is definitely a player we need to look out for today. Erin Loughnane, she's been a standout in this competition, certainly this season, but every season she has a great year. Her husband plays for the Eagles, who are actually in the grand final today as well in Division 1. But great to see Erin get an early touch as the Hamilton Wildcats bring it out of their defensive area. And the mark has been taken by Jocelyn Halliday. Halliday bangs it along on the right foot. She needs some players to kick to, but it looks as though it's all Roos. Although coming through with power and speed, that was Van Sevenant. She got a quick kick forward. And this is a chance possibly for a goal for the Wildcats early on, although it looks as though they can clear the Kangaroos here. But it may come straight back, Paps.
Absolutely, Longhane's pretty uncharacteristic of her to give away a turnover like that. And they're away here. They're going inside 50 Hamilton, but they've turned it over again. So sloppy play from both teams early. Only the minor score to the Roos. They'll clear it out here. It's collected again. Oh, just ran over it there was Kamoli. Kamoli dropped it down, and they'll collect it again. Here she comes, Kamoli, the old normal defender. Gets it inside 50. It drops down to the back. And it's collected nicely by the number 11. That's Erin Loghane again. Umpire's blown his whistle. And it might be a free kick here to Hamilton early on, and Jodie Fluitt is going to get the shot on goal.
Yeah, the umpire gave it a throw there. I didn't quite see the incorrect disposals line. Need to aim for this right goal post.
And she's kicked it first blood to the Wildcats here in the ladies' grand final. What a great start for the girls in black and yellow.
As I mentioned, this Hamilton team is very, very physical. They are a good team, and they're probably the biggest threat to knock the Roos off. The Roos were undefeated all year, but as I mentioned before, Sylvie de Brandebeer, absolute champion of the club, is out, and that is a big out for today. It's a huge hole in this team.
One thing the Wildcats have got a massive advantage in this game is Joanna Rutkowski will play in the ruck. She's got a real height advantage. She's about the tallest female footy player I've seen in Toronto.
And that's the loss of de Brandebeer right there. Normally she'd be in the ruckman, has a lot of awareness around the ball, very fit athlete, but unfortunately an ankle injury to her helped that out. Let's take another quick look here as we get the play sorted here. No one actually went to get the ball after the goal was kicked, but Kamoli was the one who kicked the goal for the Wildcats there, and they get off to the, sorry, not Kamoli, my apologies, Jodie Fluitt, and they're away early on, 6 plays 1.
Need to, as we were saying before in the earlier Div 2 game, as the ball just rocketed it into the umpire and only takes his head off. But you need to be able to convert early, and that's what they did. Keep straight.
So Rutkowski in the ruck. You would expect that she'll get the taps all day. She does get the tap. She's looking for one of her midfielders. In fact, she went back and got her own footy. She found Jocelyn Halliday. Halliday lost the footy. The Roos player was picked it up straight away, and they lost the footy, holding the ball. And the Wildcats have started this game in a fantastic fashion. They're tackling. They're getting hold of the ball. More importantly, they're winning the hard footies.
That's how they're going to win the game today, Jamie. Their physicality is a big crowd here that's going to ramp up the crowd.
This is Van Sevenant out the back. She goes for a run. She dodges a tackle. She needs to bounce. She nearly ran too far. She did run too far. She forgot to bounce, Drummy.
Oh, she did the Mick McGrawn there running down the wing. She actually rammed it straight through the middle of the goals as well. So that would have been a great way to get momentum at the start of the game. Unfortunately, you need to bounce the ball every 10 to 15 metres when you're running with the ball.
So free kick will go the way of the Roos, and they really need to get the ball going back their way. They've only had the one inside 50 so far, and it was that early shot at goal, the first shot at goal of the day. They haven't had it back there since. It's been all the Wildcats. As we just wait again to get the ball back. Perhaps we need to get someone down there to pass the ball back
I was
for
going to say
us.
they are taking their sweet time to get that ball back into play here. It shouldn't take that long, but the clock is ticking away here as Amaral now has the ball for that's Selena Amaral, the other sister. She's going to go down the line. So can the Roos rebound here after a hot start from Hamilton? Ball's gone down. Umpire has called a free kick, and it'll go the way of the Roos. Here they go. Right foot boot, back down that far side line. I tell you what, they don't pay much attention to the commentary side. Can't be taken by Rankin. She's a jet from back home in Australia from the football background, footy netball background. It's gone out of bounds there. It'll be a boundary, either throw-in or it'll be a ball up, I believe, in the Women's League. Or a free kick for something I don't know.
Taken too high. Just tackled over the shoulder there.
All right, Van Sevenen, she has been prominent early. She flies for that one, can't take it down. Locknane waiting at the back, goes around on her left foot. She's great on both the right and the left. Mark couldn't be taken there. Backing back, that was Dewhurst. And all the players now milling around the footy. It's a bit of a wrestle, a battle. Who wants it? The umpire wants it, and he'll ball it up.
I tell you what, Hayley Trevine does not like the attention she just got there from that Hamilton player. I think that might have been Kamoli again. You saw the elbow flick back. She's not happy with that. And a free kick for blocking, I believe, has been paid here. I think that might be Nikki Barron, the Irish wonder. She's pretty good with the boot. She's a Gaelic player and a very talented athlete as well. As the ball goes inside 50 for the Roos. Here's an opportunity. Lognane came through, couldn't get it. Trevine gets tackled, and it's gone back down. Lognane again. She's going to get plenty of it today. Lognane goes up high. Barron's underneath it. No mark taken. It's fallen to ground, and the Hamilton will mop up nicely, or will they? Under pressure. And a high tackle paid there. Umpire Brian's paid it, and Drummy's seen something.
Yeah, great shepherd by Alice Dewhurst. In the grand final like this, you allowed Aaron Lognane with a bit of skill, a bit more space to kick the ball inside 50, and it's the 1%ers who are going to win you the game today as well.
So Emily Spicer will take the free kick. She has Rutkowski leading. She goes in that direction, and why not? Although it's been pickpocketed. What a good mark that was coming across in front. Plays along straight away. Should have gone back and kicked the goal, perhaps.
She rushed that. Nicola Kerwayne took the great interceptive mark, a bit like an American footballer there, just came across and took it. I think she kind of got a bit excited, eyes lit up in front of goal and wanted the snap, but had plenty of time there. So just a minor score to the Roos, and we're away in this first quarter.
So take two for Emily Spicer. She can now kick in once again. Rutkowski is often the target, but in fact, she will go out to the far side. She needs to touch it. If it goes out without touching it, it'll be a throw. In fact, it'll be a free kick, but Kiefer did touch it. Looks as though the umpire has pulled out a free kick. It will go the way of the Roos. They pop it up to the top of the square. They're looking for a flyer. A big flyer coming through was Victoria Barron. Barron couldn't bring down the mark. And now the ball again in contested possession. Umpire says, I'll have it. But it's hot footy at the moment, Drummy.
Yeah, Wildcats are having trouble getting out of their defensive 50. It's been down there for a while.
Wildcats with possession. They can clear. It's a bit of a high up and under. Who wants it? There's a couple of players standing underneath it. It's the number 22. I believe that's Patowski. Quick kick down the line. And here is the number 30. A great opportunity for Michelle Greenberg. Greenberg goes out wide. Chasing after it, Lisa Kiefer.
Oh, big
she was
hit.
met heavily. She was really met heavily. And that's one thing we love about the women's footy, perhaps, is they hit each other pretty hard.
I'm going to say it, and I'll say it again. If the Etobicoke Roos are going to win this game, they have to fully account for the physicality that is the Hamilton Wildcats. They've had a couple of close encounters this year. I know they were undefeated, but they are certainly not unbeatable, and they've shown their physicality already, the Wildcats, as the Roos again steam forward. If they can get through this one alive, they need to kick some goals. It's Barron with a bit of pace. She let it go. Umpire says play on. She dropped it there. It should have been a free kick to Hamilton as the ball looks to be kicked out of bounds. No, it's going to stay in. Hamilton have got numbers around the ball, chasing back through with a blue Shinto haircut there. Barron couldn't quite catch up. It's going to get chopped off, though, by Amaral. And Amaral will wheel around on her right. Goes to number 11, Lognane. Lognane's probably 10th touch of the game. It's long. Minor score, I believe. It's gone through for a behind. So peppering the goals, but no big ones yet.
Good defensive pressure by the Roos as well. They're small forwards in Lee. They're just keeping the ball in. That's very important. And the Wildcats, as physical as they are, they don't like being tackled either.
Spicer with a quick kick. Unfortunately, she's kicked it straight to the opposition. This will be a flying shot at goal. It will go back to Spicer. And once again, she stands in between the goals and a Kangaroos lead. Spicer, she kicks out to the near side wing, and the mark has been taken. That was a nice mark by Sam Pepper. Pepper goes on quickly, bangs it down the line. There are Kangaroos players waiting across half-back. They quickly soccer it forward. Pepper can go again here. She collects. She backs herself. She goes on the right foot to the middle of the ground. A good, strong mark taken. She wanted to play on straight away. Halliday.
Oh.
She did play on straight away. The umpire's pinged her.
I'll pay that there. Look, she did run it right across the mark. She took the mark and she just kept running. Ball was knocked out of her hands, and rightfully, I think that should have been a free kick. As the rules, Drummy does not agree with me at all. He doesn't want it. But this is a grand final, Drummy. They've had plenty of time to learn the rules, as the ball has been picked up nicely by the number 33 there, Liz Croc. Croc gets it at the back. It's picked up by Van Sevenont. Van Sevenont gives a wobbly bounce. She collects her own bounce, though. No one's caught up with her. Has a shot. Sprayed it. I don't know if she's even going to get a point for that, or did that hit that post?
At 1 point.
That would have been a great goal. That was almost like Brent Maloney from the Demons many years back.
That was nearly the 2XU goal of the day. She's a really exciting player running. That's the second time she's taken on, as we see here. She's not afraid to take a bounce and run away. She's got an extreme pace. And Barron's not slow. So that's as the Wildcats are going to go inside 50 here.
So this brilliant Wildcats attack continues. Petkowski goes long, and it was well taken at the back. I haven't got number 4. Perhaps who's number 4 for the Kangaroos?
I do not have a number 4. We will find out very soon. So ball is marked very nicely down there by the number 8. That's Maddie Amaral. Amaral with the tape on the ear just to cover up the old piercing. Ball goes into the middle here, and look at that wall there set up by Hamilton. That's a thick bunch of ladies down there. Ball is back inside. It's going towards the Hamilton goal. It's collected up very nicely by Scott. I should say, I've actually written 34 Scott here, so Scott gets it. And ball's going down. Plenty of players back there. Good mark taken by Lognane. She's got plenty of room. Goes to the boundary line. Is it going to stay in? No. Out of bounds on the full. That's pretty uncharacteristic. She's been a bit sloppy today, Lognane.
I think probably a bit. Erin wasn't really. There was a great pressure by Van Severin again. She's been fantastic up forward. When she's got the ball, she's running with it. When she doesn't, she's putting on pressure. As the Wildcats, they have got the win in this quarter. So if you're a Rouge supporter, don't be too concerned that they're usually on top, because the Wildcats do have the win behind them.
With Van Severin down forward, she's looking electric. I wonder if they might inject her to the midfield at some stage. She's getting a lot of the footy. Anyway, again, the Roos go back in the same direction. They've kicked it out on the full twice. They need to watch these 1%ers, the Roos.
I'll tell you what, so Roo's coach, Greg Roo Everett, drills this team pretty hard. He would be pulling out what is left of his hair back over there. He would be absolutely filthy on these out in the falls. So hopefully he can rein them in at quarter time and just get those little creases ironed out for their sake. But full credit to Hamilton. They're playing pretty well, but here comes Kerwin, the Irish wonder, out of the middle. Goes down the middle of the ground. She's got Baran playing very closely on Pepper. Pepper gets the win there with a lucky bounce. Tackled by Barron. That should be dropping the ball, nothing doing, and the ball will go back to Hamilton through Croc. Croc down the line. She's got Fluid there, only goal kicker for the game so far. Fluid on ball, high one, should be marked. It is done, and Amaral's got it back there, and they'll settle down, and they'll go back up the middle of the ground. Amaral, right boot. Down that line again. Big mark taken, and it's off again. Goes sister to sister. Back into the forward 50. Trevine on a one-on-one. Here comes Kerwin. Great defence by Hamilton. Have just held up, and they have got a paddock to work with. Good bounce. She's off. It's Erica Scott. Down the guts. Wobbly, wobbly tube towards Van Savant. Won't get it there. I've talked for a million years, and I'm going to pass it over to J-Mac as soon as she gets rid of it here. That was Grinsberg, and they're away.
Rutkowski. She can run into an open goal. Rutkowski. The ruck. Can she pop it over the top? She does. And the mark is taken in the goal square. And it's Jodie Fluid once again. And I wonder if she'll put through her second goal.
Tell you what, that wind is doing wonders for those kicks. They're getting a bit under them, and the tube is happening. She's kicked it. And Hamilton are putting the foot down a little bit in this one, although it's only a 2 and a bit goal lead. It is getting a little bit, I wouldn't say panic buttons, but the Roos need to switch on a bit.
Now, Wildcats, I think they had a 2 or 3 goal breeze this quarter, but Jesus, it's exciting footy, J-Mac. I know in the AFL back home, it's a bit boring, but if you want to watch a great game of footy, this is it. Great running, great skills, great physicality by both teams. It's just that the Wildcats are making a little bit more of their opportunities up forward. The Roos have been up in the forward half a lot of the time, but as you can see here, the run by their ruckman over the back, and as you said, Pappy, that wind just pushed it over the top of McNabb, and then the top Wildcats easy goal right in front of the goal.
All right, so back in the middle, Rutkowski, she gets the tap down, but it's the Roos with a player coming through. In fact, in the end, it's been given against the Roos. That's a really big call from the umpire. She needs to come back off the mark here, otherwise it'll be 50. So a quick kick downfield. Van Sevenant has taken the mark. Van Sevenant needs to wheel around quickly before the Roos players get back. She does just that. She pops it up to the hot spot. Who's flying? What a great mark that was, backing back with courage by the Roos player. It looked like Loughnane. It was. And that's what she's known for. She's at both ends of the ground at the moment, Drummy.
That's your lead MVP right there, J-Mac, and that's why. That was just courageous and skillful as well.
Very
Great
nicely
work
done.
there. Amaral now trying to clear it out. I tell you what, the Roos are just bombing it away at the moment. I think a throw has been called here. Or
Ball,
maybe a
it
ball
looks
up.
like a ball up.
Yep, so it'll go back to umpire Canoe here as we'll ball it up. So dying seconds in this first quarter, mostly Hamilton with the scoring. It's 13-3, so they've got a 10-point lead in this quarter. Tapped down by that superior height in the ruckman there. Again, missing Sylvie de Brandebeer, one of the best players on this team, so that's a big out. A big chance for Hamilton to steal this one today. Snapped on the left. A few seconds left in this quarter. Grinsberg goes in and good defense down there. I tell you what, the Amaral sisters have been fantastic so far. Plenty of the ball. And you can see there that Breeze just holds that ball up in the air for a while. Kerwain's got it. It should end any second now this quarter as with time on here. And ball's marked by, that's I think that's Janess, is it? Or it might be Chrissy Lay. Chrissy Lay with a mark. Good overhead. Time could be going at any second now. Big bombing kick going down. Mark needs to be taken Trevine. And the Duck takes one right in front. And she, my oath, has the power to put the Roos back in touch with this kick.
It's going to be right after the sign. I really think the reason this quarter's gone on for a little bit longer is that Sammy Casella usually fetches the ball down in that pocket, but we had to wait a while for the ball to pick up. But this is Amaral's just great at halfback. Beautiful. Chrissy Lee held the ball up as she lines up for goal.
So what you're saying, Drummy, is Sammy Casella's let us down. Oh, she's
yeah,
missed.
he's sorry, Pappy. I was just watching whether that went through, but yeah, we needed someone to get the ball there. But Chrissy Lee again, when she had the ball at half forward, she didn't try to run, just rush it. She held up, waited for Terrain, and a strong contested mark right in front of goal.
So Emily Spicer will do the kicking in once again. And that is the siren. So the end of the first quarter, it was a thoroughly entertaining one. And the final score at the first quarter, perhaps maybe a little unexpected, a lead to the Wildcats.
Absolutely. 0-4-4 plays 2-1-13. So just that 9-point lead. I tell you what, even though the Cats are ahead, the Roos had one more scoring shot. So not bad signs for the Roos. They're in the game in that aspect. But the Wildcats, very good job to them. They just converted on everything and took some good plays. Geez, they've been physical too. Let's take a look at some highlights here. I'll run us through what's happened so far. So as we mentioned, Roos finished top of the ladder, undefeated. Wildcats did show them up early, but that's Fluid there with the first goal of the game. She's actually kicked the 2 goals for the Wildcats. She gets the first one there, and another one will come a little bit later. You can see here the Roos had their opportunities early. A few rush behinds, a few interceptions here, and some high tackles been paid early. But what a good contest to start with. Couldn't have asked for better in the girls' game.
Yeah, the Wildcats have had some standout players. Did you see Emily Spicer? She's been a great rock back up front. She's a beautiful kick, Emily Spicer. I think that's why she takes a kick out. She does short as a big hit. Van Severin has been probably the most electrifying player on the ground with her, with Aaron Lognan. And as we can see here, Spicer again, just rushing over the fence. She's been a rock back, down back. Chrissy Lee's been great up forward for the Roos with her defensive pressure. But here's Van Severin. Nearly got the X-Blades goal of the day here. It took 2 bounces down the wing and just missed. And then here's a goal here for the Wildcats. They were sensational with Fluid. Smart play, wind going that way, wait at the back, and then just slot a nice sausage roll.
Something I've just noticed as well, another huge out actually for Hamilton is Candace Kwan. I've seen her play a few times, rugby background, very strong with the legs and can break a tackle very easily. She's out today as well, so I guess that kind of evens the standings up a bit. They lose a ruckman for a defender, but very interesting matchups if you count those 2 being out.
Yeah, you really can't afford to lose your best players in this AFL Ontario competition. Sometimes these squads just don't quite have the depth that we would maybe like them to have, so if you lose a top player, sometimes it's hard to replace them, Drummy.
Yeah, and Greg Kennedy there at quarter time. Bit of a tough taskmaster. It'll be interesting to see what he's going to say. I think if I were him, I'd be saying, look, there's a 3-goal breeze. Let's not get too excited. It would be nice to get a goal. But geez, we've got a big wind behind us. That wind's got even stronger than it was in the Div 2 game. As you can see, the rain starting to get a little bit of rain as well. So that's where Hamilton, if they were to pray for weather, with their physicality, I reckon they would love wet weather footy. So they're going to be praying for that. Hamilton, they need to probably play a 1 kick behind the play here, 1 player behind the ball. With the wind going that way, 1 back in defence might be someone to just hold the stem, especially Hayley Trevelyan. she's just about ready to explode, I reckon. She's up forward, she's a little bit angry, and that's when she plays her best footy.
Absolutely. No, we've seen her have absolute monster games. She kicked about 6 or 7 against the Blues earlier in the year. I was lucky enough to be here for the last game of the season where the Roos put the foot down on the Blues. And, yeah, she's a very, very impactful player when she wants to be. So I think Roo, as I mentioned, the coach over there, Greg Everett, would be going through just why they kicked it out in the full so many times. But, yeah, I reckon he'd be whipping them back into line.
Can be a little bit difficult when there's a swirly breeze, especially when the field, as you can see when you're on the screen, the field is a little bit modified for the girls who lack a little bit of trajectory in their kicks, so the field's moved up a little bit, which also narrows the field in, and that's why the ball does go out a lot, especially the wind's it is going towards the city end, but it is blowing also towards the Humber College side of the ground.
Boys, just a quick update. I was just looking on the broadcast there. I did notice Sylvie de Brand be limping around in the number 9 jersey. So potentially she could be on the team list. She has qualified for the finals. She played enough games. I reckon just to nullify that in the ruck, maybe she just stands in the middle and takes the ruck contest.
Even so, especially with the wind going that way, just put her up forward. Beautiful kick as well.
Yes.
Tall forward. Even if she doesn't take the mark, when you've got Chrissy Lee and Dewhurst crumbing the packs, just get it to ground, because you've got those key backs in Danielle Kamali and Spice, who are very tough and stringent back forward. So all that Sylvie would need to do is get it to ground. But it looks like she's not on for the second quarter. She's obviously got a pretty serious injury if she's not playing in the grand final. Yeah, but in terms of the better plays for the Wildcats, J-Mac, I think Jodie Fluid up forward's been great, and also Van Severan's been fantastic as well.
Yeah, they're certainly the two girls keeping them with that lead as we go back to the start of the second quarter. Greenberg was waiting out the back, as was Iwaskow. Have I pronounced that correctly, perhaps?
I'm not sure, mate.
It might be Iwaskow.
Iwaskow, let's go with that. Dewhurst wheels around on the right foot. She bangs it on the right foot. She's trying to find a flying player. That flying player was Trevine. Trevine puts it on the right foot. It's rolling. It's through. The Roos have got their first goal of the grand final. All of a sudden, they are back in the match.
Oh, how about that stuff for the Roos? Just bang, bang. The 2 star players there involved, Lognane. And Lognane, you see, she's pumped up. She let team player Lognane, MVP, but let the ball roll through for Trevine to get the credit. But Trevine, I noticed, she did put a big, heavy block to make space for herself. She's angry, and I think she might have got a little bit of a spray by Greg Kennedy at quarter time, Pappy.
Absolutely, yeah. Greg would have got up her a little bit there. Look, I've just also identified in the number 4, we've actually got April Vanderbeek for the Roos, who's playing out there today, one of the new players for the team. But the Roos bounce back here, no pun intended, and 10 plays 13, 3-point lead still to the Wildcats. Ball is out wide. It's Lognane again. Gets it down low. It's Amaral. They've been spectacular, Amaral sisters today. Kerwayne comes in. Tough Hamilton defence there. Don't want to go face first into them. It's Kerwayne again. She uses her body.
Oh!
Trevine comes in with a flying shoulder. She is absolutely frothing at the mouth today, boys. She's angry and she's in there, and a great defensive play there, and the ball up rightfully happening right inside 54, the Roos.
Ever since she copped an elbow from Kamal in the first quarter, she's been absolutely livid.
This is Elisa Kiefer. She managed to get a quick kick out. The Hamilton Wildcats are trying to clear their defensive 50. They can't, though, because the Roos are back in numbers now. Hand pass over the top. It was the no-look hand pass. Unfortunately, there was no one there. Now the Wildcats, they've got numbers at the back. They need to clear. There is a quick clearing kick from Kamoli, but it's straight to the middle of the ground. That's Amaral. Amaral can bomb it back in the same direction. It's up in the air, and a big fly from behind by the Wildcats player. She couldn't bring it down. That looked like Kamoli again. Kamoli's been everywhere at the start of the second quarter. Greenberg now chasing after the footy. Looks as though it might beat both players, and it's rolled out of bounds. You can feel the level going up here, boys.
Oh, I tell you what, they are both hungry. We have a close game. You know what? Through the years we've been watching these teams play, it's been a lot of blowouts. It's good to see something a little bit closer for these teams. And what a great spectacle of footy so far. Good crowd here today too. The sun has held off, and we've had a good little turnout so far. And here we go now. Ball is inside 50 for the Roos again. Down there, that's Janessa Loader and Chrissy Lay. It's cleared out very nicely by Kamoli. She's been good in defence so far for the Wildcats. Inside 50, that's King. McNabb. My apologies. The Cat McNabb. He's chopped off, though. And here come the Hamilton Wildcats through Kiefer. Kiefer now gets the shepherd from the ruckman, Rutkowski. And Kiefer goes inside, and all alone, no opposition at all. Mark is taken down there by Van Sevenant. That's Leah Van Sevenant. And she's going to go back and probably slot her first goal of the game.
Needs to take her time here. She does. I think she's put it through, just waiting on the goal umpire's call. It's a goal, and the Hamilton Wildcats get one back. It looked as though she was going to try and play on there, Drummy, but no need. Go back, take your time, kick the goal.
When you're 10 metres out in front, J-Mac, that's exactly right. Just take it back. But that's when you've got the wind against you, that's what you need to do, like Kiefer did. She ran through the middle, broke the lines, took 2 bounces. Instead of her kick going half forward, she took 2 bounces, ran through the middle, kicked it over the back to advantage to Van Sevenet. As we can see, Kiefer, look at this, beautiful running, and then to have the poise to be able to kick it to Van Sevenet's advantage, that is just champagne football there, J-Mac.
Yeah, it was very, very nicely done from the Wildcats. I'll tell you what, Drummy, I love the size of this ground. This is my sort of ground, because if you kick from 50, you're actually kicking from 15, because that's about my maximum.
I'm with you there, J-Mac.
All right, ball back in the middle.
Oh.
Straight away, the umpire's called holding the ball. That's a little harsh. I believe the player was Nicole Stephanie, who was the tackler. In fact, it was Rankin, you are correct, who was the player who was infringed on. Umpire again, it's called holding the ball. Now the Roos can go back the other way. And a quick kick forward. It's a 3-on-1 to the Roos. But the one player back is Spicer. Spicer still going after the footy. A quick kick out of the pack. It may have hit the post, has it? It's hit the post, Drummy. Wow.
Oh, geez, I thought, where did Rankin, a bit harsh, had no prior opportunity. In the rules of AFL, if you've got the ball and you've had no opportunity to get rid of the ball and someone tackles you, you don't usually get a free kick. As we see on the replay here, the Irishman gets it forward. I've seen her at Gaelic football a few times. When she takes a mark, she always plays on, which is very reminiscent of Gaelic football as well.
Speaking of playing on, Spicer, she goes out to the far side wing, and a nice mark has been taken by Sam Pepper. Pepper goes long to a pack of players in the middle of the ground.
Oh,
big strong bump. Wow, Drummy liked that one, and so did I. And it looks as though that ball might just roll out of play. How good was that?
Oh, Jacqueline Halliday, what a great hit. Just sweet, fair, wasn't dirty, just in the passage of play. And I don't think the Kangaroo girls like that, but great work there by the Wildcats.
Absolutely. Ball up now and just near the bench work there on the far side of the ground. It's tapped through. Gary nicely collected. Lognane almost blew a tyre there. The old hockey play. She does well to recover. Goes inside 50. Trevine's down there. Kerwain's down there. She's going to try and collect. Good defence. I think we might be holding. Yeah, Trevine was holding there. So she's letting her emotions get the better of here, old Hales. And the Duck has given away a free kick, and it'll go the way of Hamilton.
Come on, Umpy. We don't want any soft free kicks today. Swallow the whistle, son. All right, Spicer has got the free kick. She goes out the far side. She has a player. The ball didn't bounce quite properly for her. The Duck, Wayne Carey, comes flying through. She couldn't pick it up, though, and now the Wildcats can break. That was a little bit of heart-and-mouth stuff. The kick wasn't quite right from the Wildcats, but now they can break through the middle. That ball picked up. That looks like Nicole Stephanie. What a big hit that was. Now Van Sevenet runs away with the footy. The umpire let it go. That's fair enough. I don't mind that. Little shove in the back by, this is Flute. Flute plays on. It's a rolling goal. Another goal to the Wildcats. And the girls are up and about on the sidelines, jumping up and down, fists held high.
That was a really good goal from Hamilton. They used the roll on there. I won't lie, Etobicoke got robbed there. That was a holding the ball every day of the week. She went to take the kick. She fresh-airied it, and then the ball was picked up. Should have been a free kick, but nonetheless the call was made, and a good rolling goal from Kamoli.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need a bit of luck in the grand final. That could have bounced either way, but look at that, dribbled beautifully in the goal umpire in the perfect position for that call out a goal.
Ball back in the middle. This is hot stuff, folks. Don't go anywhere. Nicely picked up in the middle. That was Rankin. Rankin threw it on the boot. Once again, Spicer is waiting at the back. Coming through quickly for the Roos. It's a quick snap at goal. Oh! It's a goal to the Roos, I think, or did it hit the post? It hit the post, Drummy. Unbelievable stuff.
And that can be the difference in a grand final, J-Mac. At the other end, the Wildcats have had a few lucky bounces for a goal, and the Kangaroos have hit the post twice. But Katie Rankin, she's had about 3 or 4 clearances already. She's just such a smooth move, a bit like Simon Black for the Brisbane Lions. She's got clean hands and can just kick beautifully. I'm
going to point something out here, fellas. The Roos are 1-6-12. Hamilton are 4-1-25. So again, more scoring shots, 7 scoring shots for the Roos, only 1 goal.
Just an absolute coach killer here, J-Mac. I've called it before. It amazes me how many times people kick over the mark. You see that square on TV? If you kick out of that after a behind, it's a free kick.
All right, ball up. A chance for the Roos. Can they squeeze it through for their second goal? The ball